It is Tikambe. Do you have a good support system? Do you have someone who got your back when things are hard?
I think I do. I got you.
I know.
Okay, so you know what? Life has become a very fast-paced place whereby we spend most of our time trying to, run around things just to make sure that we're on top of everything. But the question is, how are we able to actually get on top of everything without feeling so much alone?
We have so many expectations, like we have so many things going on. But, when you just hear the word mental health, there's a lot of things like going on in our minds.
Exactly. So, talking about mental health today, the question is, how are we able to actually, understand what mental health is, how we can deal with this thing, who we can talk about mental health with. So that's why we're actually here as Tikambe to make sure that we are making headways when it comes to issues of mental health. This is Tikambe and your number one plug for everything good that has to do with health, not so?
Yes.
Exactly. I am the man Johnny Boy.
And I'm your girl Charity, and thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be talking about mental health. Everything to do with, those misconceptions, those to my pressures we have of mental health. We're going to break those down today.
Exactly. So do not move an inch. We're just going to take a very short breather and we'll be right back just like, in a snap. Yeah.
My name's Joey Mukando.
That's him.
I don't like to go out much. Interaction with people is so.
Of course, it's something I look forward to discuss about this issue, so that maybe we clear some of the misconceptions that are really ravaging our communities. A lot, I think, is being talked about surrounding mental health.
1, 2, 3. That's as far as we go, right? Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever wondered, there are certain people whereby they just appear like they never even face any issues to do with mental health. You might just find this boy, he's always finding all the time. Some kind of problems. And it's so funny how, certain people are made, so to say. So we actually had the time to actually interact with Joe Mukando, who is actually a very young, punny, creative guy. And then he says he uses humor to get over things like stress, anxiety, depression, and he just manufactures great pieces of comedy, and he is fantastic. So we had an interaction with him and it was fantastic. So kindly share with us the fantasticness by watching this short interaction.
So my name's Joey Mukando and I am a digital content creator. Some people call me a comedian because apparently I'm funny sometimes, but I prefer the title social commentator because I do a lot of social commentary and that's kind of my thing. I'm most known for my puns, apparently, but I'm also known for generally just cracking jokes on the internet and making people's days brighter, I guess. A day in my life typically looks like me waking up in the morning. On a good day, when I am focused, I'm going to be up at 5. I'm going to get a simple workout in, going to do some meditation, and I'll try and write some content. That's an ideal day. Realistically, I wake up at 7:30, get ready in 10 minutes, and I have to be by the office. Then I spend most of my day doing architectural work, and then go home, and that's when the content creation begins. That's a typical day. Over the weekends, I don't go out much, to be honest. If you've seen any video of me in the club, it's a clone. I have a twin brother. That is not me, I promise you. And part of that might be because I have anxiety. I'm not too sure, but I don't like to go out much. Interaction with people is so. I've suffered with social anxiety for a while, which a lot of people don't believe because I create content on the internet. But the one thing you have to realize, in my bedroom, it's just me and my camera. There's no one else there. So you can't pick up the anxiety. But in reality, I have struggled with anxiety for a bit. Okay, honestly, the first thing that I can say is that it's getting better. But then the thing is, people call me a Mayad kid. So most of the people I interact with are perceived as bougie. So maybe that's where most of the conversations are happening, and they need to be shifted so that there's like a broader dialogue about them. But I think we're improving, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Because I mean, people are opening up more, they're able to talk about things, but it's not everyone, and still men are complaining about the same things, how they have no one to voice out their struggles to, and just talk to in general, I guess. I figured one thing that actually helps is when more people that are influential or people that have a voice out there begin to talk about things, it makes it easier. You know how when you find out a struggle that someone that you admire has, it kind of makes you feel like, oh, I'm not the only one that's going through this. And that way you kind of look at these people and you're like, this is a normal thing. I'm not the only person going through this. Because I think people get to a point where they feel isolated. And when you feel like you're the only one going through something, it makes it that much harder. But then when it's a shared struggle, for some reason, it makes it easier. It's part of the reason why people go to things like Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, because you have people that are going through similar things, and it makes it easier to conquer when you're in a group or when you're together, I guess. What coping mechanisms can people use? Okay, my coping mechanism is obviously comedy, but if you're not funny, don't try this. Because you're going to post jokes, no one's going to laugh, and then it's just going to make you even more depressed. Is that even correct to say? No, but there's so many ways you can cope. You can find a hobby that you like. Some people paint, some people draw, some people sing. You could play a sport that you enjoy as well. You could go out there, you could do some community work, you could visit an orphanage, you could get to interact with people from different spheres, but just do something that's out of your usual comfort zone. And then sometimes switching up the routine is something that can help kickstart better mental health, to be honest. That's what I think. But my personal coping mechanisms, I read a lot. I love to read because I feel like when you read, you just go into a different world altogether. Hence why my videos always have the bookshelf in the background. It's because I love books so much. I don't even know how to describe how much I love reading. So I read, I do video editing from time to time. I create content on the internet. Another thing that I really like to do is I laugh. Oh, I thought that was a cut the back. Oh, sorry, not I laugh. I sing and I dance when I am alone. I really enjoy doing that. I look mad, crazy, yeah, but it makes me feel better. So just switch it up. Do something that you like. Find something out of your comfort zone. You want me to attempt to crack a joke right now? No, I don't have a joke right now. I need to find something to work with. This is so bad, oh my god. I was going to crack a joke about a tree, but then I'm afraid you're going to run away. Don't leave me. This would make good content, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm just going to log out now. Okay, so what you can do, wait, before I even get there, I'm so happy with the progress that we've made as youth because we've gotten to a point where we can talk about mental health. But I feel like one problem that we have now is we want to dwell in it, which is like, oh, I'm depressed, I have anxiety. But the question is, what's the next step? What do you do after that? We don't want you to just stay there. We want you to make progress and actually heal from the mental illness or mental conditions that you're going through, because I'm making steps to heal as well. I don't want to be the person that's anxious for the rest of my life. So what you can do is you can go to a youth-friendly space. You can find youth-friendly spaces. Just go to your nearest hospital and you can ask for a space like that. You can be directed if they don't have one. They can refer you to a different place and find someone to talk to. Find a therapist and they're going to help you work through it, get professional help. If you're far away from a hospital, you can dial 116 and then you can get the help that you need. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see people get better. And that's my message for the youth out there.
Okay, it's that time on the show where we get to learn more things about mental health, what affects, what effect it has on a person, what causes it, how we can deal with it. So we had time to actually sit down with an expert who was able to explain more things on mental health. So just watch this. Well, it's fantastic as it may be, still being in the studio. We had to go out and, endure this fantastic weather. I don't know why people think it's that cold and complaining about everything, but I'm loving the weather, so my hoodies are really keeping it locked.
What's Mombasa? But it differs, man. Like, others would say it's cold, but today it's a little bit sunny. So, Mr. Gabriel, how is the weather?
Yeah, as you can see, I've wanted to, of course, an extra backup also.
So obviously, if you are watching us right now, there is that common word mkombo nati uyu muntu ni zoko or on one wire. The issue of mental health is a very big thing.
Yeah.
And then we must understand that everybody must have their own level, but then we don't know much about that. So we are joined by Gabriel Lungu, who is actually happening to be the mental health officer at Chainama Health Facility, and then this is going to be a fantastic discussion because we have got serious questions to ask about this issue.
Mine are funny.
Mine are funny
because it's just how people take mental health. I'm gonna no phone down, so I'm gonna ask a little bit of funny questions here and there. Of course, but it's gonna be a productive day.
One thing I've also noticed that a lot of people are afraid of getting mad. So,
too much.
Yeah, and a lot of people are afraid of people who have got a mental health issue. So yeah, thank you so much for actually joining us on this talk. It's a great thing to actually have you.
It's my pleasure to be here, and of course, it's something I look forward to discuss about this issue, so that maybe we clear some of the misconceptions that are really ravaging our communities. A lot, I think, is being talked about surrounding mental health. So it's to be really good to hear from you, particularly coming from the community itself. And
nice one. So, ija muntu akamuzati ni mento. Olokutije timambia ati ana mapepa mchani mkomboni. Kaza kuchita viliponso yana mapepa. So I just want you to help us understand properly and clearly what mental health is and what mental illness is.
Yeah, thank you so much. So when you hear mental health, or when anyone else hears the word mental health, it shouldn't be something that you need to get scared of.
Okay.
Because it's what everyone else is endeavoring to be. You and I, we are really struggling to maintain our mental well-being, and that is mental health. Our health organization, the Worldwide Health Organization, defines mental health as that ability for you to realize your own potential, be able to handle normal stresses of life. As you may be aware, you and I, we go a lot of problems, but you should be able to handle that. At the end of the day, you need also to be productive. You need to work productively, be it at school, be it at your home. You need to really work as a productive person. You need to do something, and then you need to contribute to the growth or maybe to the well-being of yourself, the family, and generally the general public. If you want to finish your school, but there are barriers that are impeding your pathway to finish school, that is definitely going to disturb your mental well-being or your mental health. So when you look at mental illnesses, these are the people now who fail to meet all these demands. At the end of the day, they are unable to work, and at the end of the day, it's just them now seeking to be helped, and they are so.
Are there signs that you need to be aware of to say, okay, I think this person is losing it now? Are there early signs that you can say, okay, I think, or you?
Yeah, and signs are there, and there are things that sometimes we ignore. When we talk about a person who is not mentally unsound, we are looking at what comes, maybe what is contained in their thoughts. What are they thinking? Okay, and then two, when you ask them, how are they feeling? Are they feeling happy? Are they feeling so optimistic? Okay, and then lastly, whatever is being thought and then the way you feel is going to manifest through the behavior, isn't it? So the symptoms are many. And even when you talk to a person who, oh no, I'm fine, tomorrow says I'm not okay. Okay? And sometimes even the way slowly you like interacting, you like going to get at soccer, not to play pool, to play whatever activities, but slowly that person starts withdrawing from that. It's a sign that something is not going well. So behaviors themselves, they tell. Exactly.
So number one, I just want you to spell out some of the myths that are around mental health, and also just enlighten us on what kind of an environment should, let's say, systems, communities, school settings, what kind of environment should be there to be able to deal with issues of mental health?
Currently, mental health problems, when you say we have a mental health problem, that will manifest through behavior. A religious person who will look at you behaving in a funny way, they will say you are a demon possessed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a traditional person who is so culturally enshrined, they will look at that bewitchment, or maybe this person, maybe the ancestral spirit are haunting this person. Speaking from the scientific basis, because I've interacted with a lot of people, and my message here is very clear. The treatment are there, because some of the causes are vivid. For example, a person who is coming from a family that is not maybe which is lacking some social amenities, definitely you're going to see what is needed there is to support that family or support that individual. Currently, what we are experiencing, what we are seeing is, as I said, majority go for other treatments before they go to the actual. As such, they are delaying to seek treatment that can quickly resolve their problems. So teachers in churches, or is it in a traditional ceremonies, we need to talk about these issues.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can go. Okay. Yeah, looking at sexual reproductive health and rights. Yeah, because if you look at mental health itself, it's a very big topic. Looking at young people in these relationships of nowadays, so like how can young people handle such kind of mental issues in a relationship?
Well, I think the whole basis is to have a foresight, or maybe to start talking about these mental health issues or possible results of any engagement one enters into.
Yeah.
As you explained, we are seeing that others, they start maybe this relationship at a very tender age without them really reaching a mature stage when you can make concrete decision that, okay, this is my partner, we're going to stay together. Why? Because young ones, you still have a life to explore. So I think early indulgence into these relationships, sometimes they may work, but most of them, they don't work. Why? Because at a tender age, you are still exploring life.
In a situation whereby maybe this girl is in a relationship with this guy, and this guy has got a mental issue, and then it results into other things in the relationship which she did not expect. How can young people, whether it's a guy or it's a girl who's got a mental issue, how can they identify this person has got a mental issue, and if at all they do, where can they seek help?
Previously, or like maybe ourselves, the way we are being brought up, you find maybe the family would have already known where you are coming from. But nowadays, if you haven't understood one element of your partner, and then you are going to discover it when you are together, definitely it's going to bring that instability, and you will be accusing your partner as to have hidden a lot of some information just to seek that maybe part of what you are together. For adolescents, we have friendly spaces in the clinics, right?
Yeah.
That's an entry point, because you'll find your peers there, and they'll be able to talk. There have been capacity built with the knowledge and the skills on how to talk, and they know where to refer should we have any further need of those services. And secondly, let's not really bring the name of Chinama into the way we have built it. Yeah. There's the honey coming out of Chinama. Why? Because that's where a lot of people are getting so much help. There's even a number for helpline, which is the 116. Yeah, 116. That number can be reached. You call that number. There's a counselor there whom you are going to talk to.
In case you're just joining us, please make sure that you look up Tikambe on Facebook.
Yep.
Tikambe Natande, friend us, follow us, comment and share whatever we share on Tikambe with your friends. This is a wrap for this session. We have been talking to Mr. Gabriel Lungu, who is actually happening to be the mental health officer from the Ministry of Health.
Yep.
Like I got it wrong the first time, but yeah, this time around I got it right. Thank you so much, sir.
It's always a pleasure
for actually joining us.
As young people.
Yes. So
you are training us to be German.
okay, it's
always a pleasure.
Let's go back to wherever we were. Okay, yeah. So Charity, still talking on mental health. It's it's easy to say the word, but how you look at it and what it means in reality. is something that we all need to talk about. So if I asked you, when you hear someone say mental health, what comes into your mind?
You know, growing up, it was when you just said the word mental health. Oh, okay, maybe there's something wrong up there. Jonathan, okay, something. That's what was going on. You know, we were growing up with these misconceptions where we're being judged in the community. Okay, we are going through such a situation. Okay, okay, there's something wrong. But initially, we're here to break those misconceptions.
Yeah. And you know, a long time ago, something used to happen whereby ngati muntu aoneka mungachana like mental health challenge. You can't touch that person, you can't get close to that person because it was assumed mungati it's contagious. It's like you are mungati spiritual video, you can actually have mental health issues or something bad can happen to you. But the truth of the matter is very simple. Issues of mental health are very hard to talk about. It's very hard to open up to your friend or even your brother to talk about, you know, mental health, because in this dispensation, this generation, it's very easy for people to dismiss what you are feeling and what you're going through. Uli serious nje ma problems yonga zidanda ulapa. Sometimes ukambata yone ukazinga kona ma problems ya serious usatu mambo kama so it's crazy.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to guys, you know, you guys have that thing of me, I can't open up, you know, I'm a man, I can't share my problems, but I mean, we all go through stuff.
Yeah, you know the major challenge is for us men, it's something like if you show emotions, but he's a very weak man, you know, that kind of a thing. But that sometimes so that you become more stronger.
Yeah,
something like that.
Well, yeah. So today we're here, you know, to break those misconceptions. Whatever my pressure I'm going through, we're here to break those barriers today. We are still talking mental health. You know, what do people think when it comes to issues to do with mental health? We're talking to the gym in Kawe, you know, we had to find out what people think about mental health. Check this out.
Let's go. 4, everyone.
Welcome to this one. We are at the Busy Bee Fitness Gym right here in Kabwe, and we're in the company of the fittest people we know in Central Zambia, the Divine Sliders. Now, they're a very huge group and they've been dancing for quite a number of years, but today we've only taken away 3 of their guys so they can be able to have a discussion with us as the Tikambe team. So without much ado, guys, let us know your names so that we can get to know who we are talking to.
Hi everyone, I am Tony.
Hi everyone, I'm Blessings.
Hi everyone, you can call me Jordan. Jordan. All right. So now that we've gotten to know part of the team, obviously a big shout out to the rest of the team who are not here. We love you all and we're looking forward to interviewing you all together at some point in time. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. Mental health. What do you know about mental health?
Okay, what I know about mental health is having a free state of mind. You having nothing to stress you on. Like when you're trying to do something, you need to concentrate. So for you to concentrate, you need to be at peace with your mind. Because that's what I think mental health is. You need to be free, you need to be in that zone, like, okay, this is what I'm concentrating on, yeah. I'm at peace with it.
Yeah, for me, I think it leans towards more the aspects that are that concern your mind, like how well your mind is. I mean, everybody goes through stress, and so it's how well you're handling the stress, it's how well you are dealing with pressure. Yeah, so for me, mental health would be just taking good care concerning everything that pertains to your mind, your brain.
Great. Well, so I wanted to find out, how do you do with the stress what's your go-to, place when stress hits you? There's just so much piling up. What do you do then? For you guys, what do you guys do?
At any point. So like basically, like for me, if I'm under stress and having a lot of thoughts coming in my head, first thing that I do is I think of the things I love, which is dancing. So second thing is play music. And when I say music, I only play Chef on it.
I'm a fan.
That's what I do. For me to relieve off my stress, that's playing Chef on it 7 and dancing.
And that's no joke. This guy, any road trip, if this guy's playing music, we're listening to all the albums. But for me, what really helps me to de-stress is probably 3 things. It's working out, it's dance, and it's time to think. Like, people talk about like meditation. I don't exactly have like a specific meditation routine, but I do like to just, even if I'm just walking home, just take the time to focus on the stuff that's going through my head. Okay, why am I feeling this way? What's causing it? Is it because of work? And those 3 things together, they do a good job. They do a really good job.
How about your workout routine? So
yes.
Yeah, which is interesting. So I also want to find out from you if you've ever. No, before we get to you, Jordan, what do you do? What do you do?
It's dance. Most of the time they do dance. Like my free time, it's all about dance.
Just dance.
Yeah, just dance.
And maybe while we're still building on the same thing, we've talked about what each one does for themselves.
Yeah.
There are those people who don't really have that strong mental, ability like maybe you do. What advice would you have for them? Is there a place where they can seek help? Is there a group of people? Like, how do you get through that when you can't have the strength on your own?
I think you just have to advise. Yeah, get somebody to give you an advice.
Nice.
We all have someone that we trust whenever it comes to situations like having stress. Because whenever we're going through stress, there's always that one person that we call. Not one, then 2. So at least we can highlight those people and just ask them, okay, this is what I'm going through, and they can help.
And as a dance team, is that what you do often? Because I know you're a group of maybe 15 or 20, very big group. Don't you ever have among yourselves friends who come and say, guys, I'm having an off day today, how can you help me out in this? What do you have planned out there?
Usually, especially within the group, we call them the seniors. The younger members of the team would most likely approach the seniors. And we try to make our space as open as possible. Whatever challenge you're having, whether it's finances, it's at home. Honestly, it's not the easiest thing, especially when we're young. Even I know it myself. It's not always easy to talk to someone. But that's where you probably must start. Whether it's a dance mate, it's an elderly person. If you don't want to talk to someone, social media has made it really good. Look up some people. I literally know a friend who's offering counseling online. Like, you book a session. You book a session. That's all you have to do. Book a session. You guys chat over a call. She helps you with a few tips. There's help out there. All you have to do is seek it. Ask.
That is good.
So I was also looking at, since you've mentioned, it's admirable what you guys do. You have a safe space just amongst yourselves, which is a plus which you should continue doing. I should also mention that. So have you ever visited a youth-friendly space? Talking about spaces?
Again, I have a friend who's a counselor, and she runs one. So we get to talk about like a few of those things concerning like what young people are going through, and it's a lot. With regards to particularly visiting one myself, I haven't visited one in a while. I know the last time I even went anywhere near a counselor was when I went to the clinic. And that was about it. It's been a while, but yes, I definitely have a few friends that are really invested into the counseling and youth-friendly spaces.
Alright, like what I know about that one is
Youth-friendly space.
yes, yes. It's more of a safe place where you can go whenever you need something as a youth. Because trying to avoid those questions from elderly people where you're like, but no, it's that thing where the person you find that side is more of a youth just like you are, so it's going to be easy for you to ask any question and you'll be helped in that way because you're free with that person. So yeah. So I can advise a lot of people to do that, to be going to these youth-friendly spaces because they are helpful to us, the youths. Yes, that's what's called a youth-friendly space.
I had so much fun today. What do you think?
I had a fantastic time on the show today.
Like, I feel so much lighter, like the burden I had has just been lifted. You know, I had so many misconceptions. I was thinking, like, when I'm going through like something about mental health, there's something wrong up there, but you know, everything has been broken down. The people we brought, like, we had so much fun. We traveled. I mean, the trip to Cabo was amazing as well.
And also, I think one thing I've actually managed to pick up is that it's okay for men to show weaknesses and, you know, to show emotions. It makes you stronger and it helps you become a better version of yourself because it causes you to reach a certain level of self-awareness, which is fantastic. So in case somebody might just be going through a mental health crisis, what you can do is you can call the number 116. When you call the number, you'll find someone who is experienced and they're just readily there just to help you out, to counsel you, to help you certain things. Or what you can do also is go to your Facebook, go and search Tikambe Natulande. Actually, we are found on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube as well. So you can actually also look us up on Instagram. We'll be able to be very available to actually answer your questions and also direct you to other people who can help you on mental health issues.
Thank you so much for joining us. I have been your host, Charity,
and I am the man, Johnny Boy. So until next time, we are just saying a lovely goodbye.